Now we talk golf now, LPGA, talking about the the Ladies
yes.
Golf Association in the USA. You know, the US joined up to host the USPGA Tour and some other things around. But then the main focus is the fact that the commissioner, he's saying that the women's golf is actually growing tremendously in an extraordinary rate, in the sense that the way they've been able to structure their programs, just make sure they're not playing in, week out. The travelings are not so much, so girls are really now interested in it and all that. So the percentage, about for the first time in like forever, they have like 35% of young girls actually playing golf right now across the globe, so which is really a good one compared to what we used to witness across the world before now.
Yeah, I mean, women's golf is growing, like the LPGA commissioner just said. There's no doubt about it. And a lot of these guys, a lot of these ladies on tour as well too, they're starting to earn like some real good money as well too. Miriam Lee, who was a rookie as recent as 2014, has a career earnings of almost $3 million. Talking about another player that is earning good money is Whan Ryu, who turned pro in 2012. She has a career earnings of over $6 million. And so, Cecilia, it is obvious the game is growing. More women are taking interest in the sport of golf, and we have our own Georgia Oboe as well too, who's doing great things for her age, and we look forward to seeing her actually competing regularly in the LPGA Tour in future.
Okay, that's where there's. We'll listen to the commissioner now actually explaining how golf has actually grown, the LPGA Tour across the world, and also the things they've done to ensure that the girls, they don't burn out before they're 26.
It used to be for 100 years, when you looked at golf, you'd say 80% men, 20% women. And when you looked at youth golf, 80% men, 20% women. So if you kind of gauge what's the future going to look like, well, it's going to look like youth golf, which is 80-20. Today, if you look at youth golf, 33% of the kids playing golf are girls. And that's the first time in forever we could say that. So when you talk about what's the future of this game going to look like, I don't know what the split is, but I'm pretty sure it's not 80-20. And so for the first time, I think, in forever, we can say we're going to change the face of this game and what adult golf looks like in 10 or 20 years. And I think of all the things my founders would be proud of, they'd be most proud of that. Because if I've heard it once, I've heard it a million times from our founders, do something, Commish, to leave the game better for the next generation of women golfers. I think around the world, it's finding the right balance. Right now, we have so many opportunities to play in so many countries. But if I take us up on all those opportunities, I create a schedule that's almost too physically demanding, and I don't want to burn out these. I don't want players coming to me at 26 and say, I'm tired and I just need to stop. So we've got to find the right balance. It's why we still believe in an off season. It's why I still take strategic breaks throughout the year. We're taking next week off because all of these players need next week off, and then we'll be back on and hitting it again. So I don't have a wraparound season. I don't play every week because I'm afraid if I did and they kept playing, with the amount we travel and the distances we go, it'd be difficult. So I've got to find the right balance of a global schedule and tour, with ability to rest, with an off season, and a flow of a schedule that's realistic long term.
Well, we'll just wait and see what's going to happen. I mean, it's really been wonderful. Talk about Georgia Obo. She was here. She's one of the ladies on tour right now. Teenager. She wants to turn pro in 2020. I mean, we might just have a golfer in Olympics. We're just waiting for that because it's really growing fantastically well. We'll talk tennis now. Well, Ken Shikori is out of the tournament. Fabio Fognini ensure that happens. And for Fognini, it might just be the end of the road for him because he's going to be meeting Rafael Nadal in the next round. Rafael Nadal also winning, beating Jack Sock in his own game. What happens to Nishikori?
We have our first upset of the quarter final pairings, and strangely it's come from Fabio Fognini, stunning number 2 seed Kai Nishikori 6-4, 6-2. I mean, the guy was in inspired form, and so that we're not going to take anything away from that victory at all because he was just unplayable on the day, and Kai Nishikori couldn't handle him at all, and that's why he's in the semi-finals now where he's going to get to play Rafael Nadal. Fognini, who's Italian and ranked 40th in the world.
He was even unseeded for this tournament.
For this tournament,
yeah.
So it shows he's come a really long way to defeat Nishikori in this quarterfinal play.
And did it in style, you know, in the 4 game. I mean, they served in game 4. He was leading 3-1, and Nishikori trying to break back, but then he served for the set at 5-3, and he also broke again to take the first set 6-4 in 34 minutes, and in 69 minutes he was all out. I think maybe Nishikori, maybe there's something, because this season he hasn't really been playing well at all. He was run out last season, right, in this particular tournament, but right now, I mean, with Fabio actually beating him, it shows that, well, he's not having
a decent player.
Yeah, he is, but then he's unseeded in this tournament. He's ranked 4th in the world, and Nishikori is seeded number 2 here. I mean, ranked number 4
yeah, but
in
the
the
number
world.
1 seed is out already. That tells you Stan Wawrinka number 1 seed out already. So
number 2 seed
out. So the men's tour is very competitive.
Yeah.
So when you get to see these results, sometimes I'm not totally surprised.
Well, you expect something better.
Yeah, of course, we expect a lot better from Nishikori, but it wasn't meant to be. And for his victory now, he will get on to play Rafael Nadal in the semifinals. That's after
the gift
Rafael Nadal. Yeah, what a gift, right? That's after Rafael Nadal defeated Jack Sock, very convincingly, 6-2, 6-3. That was supposed to be a very tough match for Rafael Nadal, because Jack Sock has been in form as well to go to the semifinals at Indian Wells. So
he got to the semifinal after beating Ken Nishikori.
Exactly, yeah. So a lot of people thought it would give Nadal a run for his money, but Nadal is in inspired form as well too, and just took that game very convincing. And like I said, the head-to-head between those two players is 7-2, so Nadal has the edge there. And but the last 6 times they've met, they split it. So it's quite tight between those. But in Miami, the only time they met, Nadal won that one very easily, 6-6. So I can't wait for that particular semi-finals between Fabio Fognini and Rafael Nadal. And let's not forget today, Nick Kyrgios will take on Alexander Zverev. That's those two guys. Those two players can't go on to have one of the greatest rivalries of all time. Anyway, just watch out.
Okay, we'll just watch it for that. We'll go for a break now. We'll come back. You guys get to talk to us on Twitter and Facebook. And what do you think about the suspension of Sterling Eguma and what's going to happen this season? Will MFM win the league? Is looking likely. Stay with us.